When you live in a tiny house, it is important that everything has a multi-purpose, and when you want to decorate for the seasons and the holidays, space is a big issue. Storage is a big issue. So today I'm going to show you how we decorated our tiny house for Christmas and some of the little tips and tricks that might help you in your tiny house. Let's go down that road. Hello, faithful people. I'm Orlene. Gary's at work right now at the church. There was a little bit about that in our last video. He is serving another vacancy at a church in Tyler, Texas. And we are staying in an RV park for the first time in our lives. And so we did all that in our last video. We can tell you more about that if you want to check that one out. I'm going to show you how we decorate for Christmas. Everything has to have a multi-purpose. Everything has to be able to be stored very, very small space. Storage is a big issue with an RV, and there isn't a lot of room. So all these things have to fit in one of those underbed plastic containers that's, like about this tall and long and wide. That's what I use, and all these decorations fit in there. Some of them you keep up year-round, and then that way you don't have to worry about storage. And just changing out a few pieces here and there will really make it look more festive without taking up a lot of room for storing it later. Let me show you around. Now, these decorations are behind Gary's side of the dinette, and the lighthouse stays here all the time, but I added this little wreath that I made a few years ago for the lighthouse. We have these 3 little trees that with some fake snow on them, because that's as close to snow as we want to get. And then at Christmas time now, I'm just putting this sparkly beaded thing in here. Isn't that pretty? And it folds, it's flat, so when it's time to pack up, it's just real easy to do. It won't get crushed or anything. The lights we leave on all the time, and it has 8 different settings. It's battery powered, and we can change that at any time, but it really brightens up this little back area here sometimes. It's a nice little thing to have. Got all our fruit there and our Berkey. We have a lot going on in this kitchen. And this is our little Christmas tree. Again, I found the pine cones. I do a lot of decorating with pine cones, don't I? Our little nativity, our diffuser that has holly berry in it right now, and I think it has a little bergamot, essential oils. And then our boombox for Christmas music. And then in the window we have a little nativity. It doesn't show up very well at night. This light blinks on here, but it doesn't really show up very well. But during the day, it is. And then have the LED lights, Christmas lights. And they're held on with these little clips. You see that? And these little clips work really well. They stay on. I had these lights on when we were traveling, and they stayed up, so that was cool. And below the desk, I have this little curtain here that hides things that are behind it. There's a little shelf in here that's got some, probably should just purge most of it out. And then I made this for the bench seat. Made this cushion, and I made the matching ones on the couch. So for the last few years, I have had this very dull green that I was using on it's very faded and green and stuff, and I just wasn't happy with it anymore, and I didn't want to use it anymore. So I found this material that I absolutely love it. It's green, white checked, gingham checked, and I switch out these for the seasons. So now this is the Christmas one, and as you can see, it matches that, and it matches the tree skirt. And then I just change out the pillowcases. These I'll probably keep on most of the year, and this one I change out for the seasons. And I just made it like a pocket kind of thing. I'm thinking about putting maybe a snap or something here, not Velcro, because that would be a pain to wash with Velcro on it. So I'm thinking about just putting a little snap there. Maybe one there and one there or something. I don't know yet. So far it's not an issue, but it's a nice little, that was my little sewing project. And I like having actual pillows on the couch because it's just more inviting, and people don't have to be so self-conscious about taking them down like a lot of they did with all the foo-foo pillows. Now, this is something new this year. I don't know if you can see this. This was up above, and I had it going across the whole top up there to kind of hide things a little bit, but it really didn't hide much. And what it did more than anything was get in these doors, so I couldn't open and shut the doors without having to move it out of the way all the time. So I cut it, and I put part of it on top of this valance with my little red and white check bow. Emmanuel, God with us. And I took the other side and put it up here on the other window. I really like it. And that's going to stay there all year round. I'll just take the red bow off. Above the door, I have this that I just threw up there with that same little red and white check bow. I forgot to mention that all these pillowcases that I change out for the seasons are nice and flat, and they just go in a little bag when I'm done with them. So really a space saver. Without having to store a lot of pillows, you just have pillowcases. Now, another thing that I added this year was this picture. I absolutely love this picture. It is Simeon holding the baby Jesus. I have actually had this print for a while, but I didn't have a frame for it. And I finally got the frame and did my own matting on it and got the matching frame for the Jesus picture. It had a wood frame on it for a long time, and I wanted the two to match. So now you can get an idea of how they both look together. So this is what we see when we first walk in, and I like that. And now up into the bedroom. If you've watched our videos since we started, you know that in the winter time, I was putting down a green and brown plaid blanket. It was an old blanket. I was always mending it. And I decided last year when I saw this at Costco, it was on sale for $5. It is a velour blanket, but it reaches way down on both sides, and it's been able to be used multi-purpose. Again, it's used as a blanket and as a bedspread. And then I found this material, and I made this little pillow. Isn't it sparkly? And I did the same thing here, the pocket thing on the back. And that is as foo-foo as it gets. Those white pillows are used underneath our sleeping pillows, just to give us extra if we want. Gary likes to have two pillows. I usually just put mine off the side. So anyway, everything multi-purpose. So this blanket has been wonderful, and it also serves as a bedspread. And then I carried the little red and white gingham again up above. That's the only really decoration I have in here. And in the bathroom, this is above the toilet, and that's the only decoration we have in here. That's the same red and white bow. I got some pine cones. I found those. And this I've had for years. Just threw that up there and you're done. Next, I'm going to show you how I decorated for the outside. I showed some of this in our last video, but here's our nativity scene, and this will go right behind the couch in the box it came in. It doesn't show up anywhere, and it stores there really easily. And the shepherd's hook we keep that in one of the bays, outside bays, that little skinny one there. The branches I got from a friend's place in Harper, Texas, and the branches will just get put on the brush pile to be burned later, and the beads and the lights and the pine cones, I keep those in a shoebox. Takes up very small space. And then this is something I use this pot for other times of the year. It usually has our American flag in it, and this steel magnolia that some friends gave us. And then now I just added these little sprigs of greenery in there, and I made another red and white bow, and I found the pine cones on the ground. And then this is the swag that I made a few years ago. And then you can see how the nativity shows up during the daytime. And we have these rope lights this year too. They're not on right now, but those will stay out year-round because they kind of help to show us where the deck is when we're coming home at night, because the light up there does not give off much light. Our next video is going to be our Christmas card to you. It's going to be a dazzling display of Christmas lights, so be sure to watch for that. That's it. Pretty simple. Hope you like this video. Hope it helped you a little bit with some ideas for your tiny home. And it's even just for space saving, even if you don't live in a tiny home, I think it can be, some of these things could be used as useful ideas. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't subscribed yet. And next to it, a little bell is going to show up. Ring the bell and you'll be notified every time new videos come up. Check out our Facebook page for extra stories and pictures and things that we don't put in our videos. And until next time, God bless.